Alright, this is the case I'm going to use. You might notice there's only 2 fans. I've got 2 more on order, so yeah. Anyway, I'll add those later. But I'll keep an eye on the temps while I'm running this thing. It probably has enough. First thing I'm going to do is screw the power supply into place. You know what? Maybe next time I'll put the cables on first and then put the power supply in. I should do the ones towards the back first. Okay, I am going to tie up the cables, but I'm going to first put the motherboard in and make sure everything works okay. Then I'm going to tie the cables up. Don't forget the I/O shield. Okay, let's see where the USB top connectors actually are, so I can figure out the best hole to put them through. Okay, so I was right about that one. These are my least favorite to deal with. I wish they would come up with a better solution for these power and reset buttons. Alright, it was hard to read the legend on the motherboard with it installed, so I went ahead and just looked in the manual instead. Okay, we're of course still not done yet, but I still got to do the CPU power connector over here. Okay, I got both fans hooked up. Gotta get that out of the way. Make sure it at least doesn't get caught in the fan when I turn it on. Figure out where the USB header thingy is. That's probably not the technical term, but I think that's it right there next to the... Is it? Yes, it is. Next thing is to put the disc cage in, and then the disc itself. This is what I'm using. Okay, so the first thing to do is, alright, figure out how does the disc cage go back in the case. Okay, because it's a desktop, 2 screws should be enough for the drive. And anyway, I'll go ahead and put them in. Well, I guess don't touch the pins. All right, so it's in there. Now this will just kind of go back and snap into place. There, got a nice good snap out of that one. So now we connect power. I'm not plugged into the wall at this point, by the way. Okay, I'm going to put this SATA cable here. And feed it through there. This case is pretty nice because it's got, like, you know, it's got some, like, you know, more cable management holes so you can hide the cables behind the main board. I don't really like mounting discs here because there's no airflow over them, whereas if you mount them here, usually there's a fan on the front of the case. So yeah, I don't usually mount a disc here. Okay, I got the audio connector hooked up to the thing that says off, which I think means audio adapter front panel. Now I'm gonna get the SATA cable over here and plug that into, in the right direction. Plug that into there. Okay, we've got it mostly put together, except it's not plugged in yet, so I'm going to move it over there and give it everything it needs. Okay, I've got a Windows install disk. It's not actually in there yet. I'll put it in when I've got power. Okay, TV's ready. HDMI is plugged in. Keyboard and mouse are plugged in. They're wireless. Got a little Logitech combo unit. Got the disk, which I'm going to put in the disk drive here once it has power. I'm going to pull the switch in the back. Oh, I've already got lights. And no signal. Wonder what the deal is. I'm going to give it about a minute or so. Okay, I've got nothing. I'm going to try it with a Windows installs disk plugged into it. See if it starts up that way. See, I hit reset while the disk was already in the optical drive. So in a nutshell, in order to get this thing to work, I had to get an older CPU, update the BIOS with the older CPU, and only then did the new CPU work. So that was a little bit of an ordeal, but I figured it out and I got it running. So basically now it's time to install drivers and stuff and get everything up to date. Okay, I already got Windows installed, obviously, and I believe it's up to date, but I'll check one more time. Usually it has to restart multiple times when it's that far behind. Alright, now that it's up to date and everything, and I know everything works to a basic degree, I'm going to shut it down properly, and I'm going to add 2 more fans. And I'm going to also finish mounting everything. Like, I only mounted the motherboard with a few screws. I didn't put them all in. But I got a generic desktop screws kit that I'm going to put in it, so that I'm going to mount the motherboard fully. Alright, once it's shut down properly, don't stop there. Make sure you either pull the switch on the power supply or unplug it from the wall. This motherboard has a helpful set of RGB LEDs to let you know that it's still plugged in. So yeah, if anytime you're using metal tools inside your computer, always cut the power to it, either by unplugging it or with the switch on the power supply. So otherwise, metal tool in the wrong place cause a short on your motherboard and ruin the motherboard and your entire day. So one cool thing about this case is, watch this. See, no tools, there's no screws on the front. Bam, that just comes straight off. The dust filter comes right off, and you can clean it. And then it just snaps right back into place. No screws. That is a magnetic mount, ironically enough. And this just snaps into place. Usually. Okay. It snaps into place. Again, comes off. No tools. No screwdriver, nothing. Just like your bare hands. Now I can install the fans.